What up, though? What up, though? Welcome
What's up,
to another show of I'm about to say the wrong one. I.O.W. Sports. We here with a special Thanksgiving edition. Me and Mr. Nick Shine. Lamar still on his hiatus, getting in with his family on Turkey Day. So we're doing a special edition of the NFL picks. So to get some of the preliminaries out of the way, our website is under construction right now. So I'm working on it. So it's not up and running. But for those who just want to know what it is www.I.O.W.119.com. We're doing some new stuff too. Want to add some stuff, take some stuff off. Also, check out the app that we have in the App Store. If you love music, if you love to listen to different content, this show is on there. I Often Wonder is on there. We have White Vault, Ars Paradoxica. If you love science fiction podcast, and if you love horror podcasts, you'll love those two. Dirty Hills is on at 12 o'clock on Saturdays. We also have what's my man's name? Our man Jeffrey Moore on Wednesdays. Out of Singapore, we got she's refining her show with Miss Vicky Esther. She's getting ready to do a Christmas special and all types of music. And then on Sunday, if you need some soul cleansing from all of your sinning throughout the week, we have the gospel on Sundays. So we have a plethora and a variety of things. And if you're feeling charitable, which Nick reminded me to say last show, please go into our Patreon, drop a little change in the box. We're trying to build a media conglomerate over here. We're trying to rival ESPN, BET, all other networks. So, we're trying to build a lot of different things over here. Now we got all that out the way. Mr. Nick, what's going on with you, big baby?
What's up, buddy? Happy Thanksgiving.
Same to you, man.
Happy Thanksgiving, Nikki. I'll see you in a little bit. That's my son chiming in.
Hey, what's going on, man?
Yeah, man. Happy Thanksgiving, man.
Right, man.
Thank you.
Hey,
I'm thankful for you and last place.
Appreciate you.
Let's tell everybody the truth. He's not in Kansas City. He's not allowed back on the show until he gets out of the basement.
Oh man, and man, this is I love holidays. Period. It gives me a excuse to eat and overeat.
I love being awake. It gives me an excuse to eat.
But holidays for me is always a little different now since I switched to being vegan. So I always got to cook for myself. So it's a little different for me. So once we get off the air, I got to go cook my food while they bring their food over to my house. So anyway, man, since we in the NFL, we talking about holidays, the traditional game, the Lions and the Bears.
It's a good thing you're not eating meat, man. You're going to throw that shit up watching this. You don't want to waste all that meat having to come back up on you.
And traditionally the Lions used to be good on this Thanksgiving, but lately it just been crapping, man.
Well, they had marquee players to watch. They had Barry Sanders. They had Calvin Johnson. You had Spielman. You had guys that even if the team wasn't good, you had marquee players that you could sit down and enjoy. Right. It's like the basketball team that sucks, but you might have a guy score 25, so you want to watch him go off a little bit. It's like the Lakers now. They suck, but LeBron might have a decent night.
Right.
I'm not even gonna waste time, bro. This is my Thanksgiving gift to you. Detroit wins today.
Okay. What's up, Ken?
I don't. They compete in every game.
Right.
And I just think they compete so hard and they play so tough.
Mm-hmm.
And with Fields out, right? Fields is out, right?
Yeah, I think Fields still out. Mm-hmm.
Andy Dalton, Mack is out. There's controversy brewing out there.
Right.
A place reported in Chicago the other day that Nagy might be out. They're chanting fire Nagy at a Bulls game. They're chanting fire Nagy at his son's playoff game for high school football, which is totally gangster. I love shit like that. I'm not gonna lie. I love that shit. The school wrote an apology letter. Fuck that. You live in Chicago. It would be great if the school doubled down and like, you know what? We agree.
We agree. Get rid of that bum.
If like the principal was like, it was my idea. I told the seniors to start that chant.
Hey man, I would love that, man. I would love that.
I think, I mean, this game's gonna be ugly. It's not gonna be Casablanca. It's not gonna be a beautiful masterpiece. But I think Detroit like gets out like a 13-10 sloppy dogfight win, which you expect from Campbell's team, right? Like,
right.
He's not a X's and O genius. He's not a Sean McVay that no one's praising him. Right. But they're gonna fight their fucking ass off, man. And I think Detroit can do it. I hope they do. Give me the Lions.
I'm shout out to Ken on here from the Dirty Hills podcast.
Good Thanksgiving, bro.
I think I want to go Lions, and the reason why I want to go Lions is that I'm looking at some of the things you said. Even though I've been on record to say I can't stand Jared Goff, but I think if Goff would have played in that Cleveland game, they might have won that game. Because I think he's been good enough to at least score a touchdown.
Yeah.
And then you're looking at what Swift been doing. Swift always been, I think it's a second, or this will be a second or third 100-yard game. Jamal coming back. I think that Detroit may have a chance to win this game. So I'm gonna go Detroit also. We going Detroit, the Knicks of football.
Break up the Lions.
I can't say the Knicks of the football league. Yeah, I'm gonna go Detroit, man.
Let me ask you a side question. How many screen passes does Boyle throw today? Over under 4.5. I'm taking the over.
Jared Goff playing, I think.
Oh, is he? I thought it was Boyle against Dalton. That was what I saw all week.
Let me see. I think when I looked today, I thought I saw Jared Goff, if I'm not mistaken.
Oh, okay.
I think Goff is back.
Okay.
So that's what I'm saying.
Then I'm taking the Bears.
Yeah.
You know what? That'll be fun. If the Lions get a win, there's been a couple times they've been winless on Thanksgiving.
Right.
Let me see. The way Dan Campbell talked about taking bites out of knees and ankles, I want to see this motherfucker eat a turkey.
Right.
Let me see. He going in worse than Peyton Manning on Monday night. So yeah, we both agree Lions?
Both agree Lions.
Okay.
All right. The next the 1:30 game will be the Raiders and the Cowboys. What do you think about that game? It's a tough game.
Is CeeDee Lamb activated? I haven't seen anything yet. Is Lamb playing? Did he
I
clear
don't think so.
protocol?
I don't think so. I have to double check, but I don't think so. Let me look and see if it's up on Bleacher Report.
I would be more confident. I'm still taking the Cowboys. I'll take the Cowboys. The Raiders are reeling. They've lost both of their guards. They lost Gruden, who designed their offense and play called it. And, they kind of rode an emotional wave when Gruden went out, and then it's been free fall without a parachute ever since.
Right.
I don't think anybody can – I don't even think Raiders fans could pick the Raiders with confidence again. Like, if the Lions played the Raiders right now, I would debate it. Like that's how poor they look. They had a game last week with the Bengals, and they were in it. And then it's like the Bengals were just like, all right, man, we're going to stop fucking with you now. We're going to put it in third gear and blow you out. So, give me the Cowboys. I hope I'm wrong. I hope I'm wrong because it makes what we do more entertaining. If
right.
The Cowboys do lose a game like this against a reeling Raider team. But I would be very surprised. I'm not saying they can't do it, but you've looked like trash, short week, on the road. Yeah, I can't take the Raiders as much as I'll be rooting for them because my brother-in-law, I'm going as a Raider fan, so I'll root with him. But I hope Dak throws like 6 touchdowns because I got him in 2 leagues that I'm in the playoffs. So I hope it's a shootout. I hope it's like a 49-48 game.
That'd be a good entertaining game. Ken say going Raiders, hate the Cowboys because everyone like them. They're the Lakers of football league.
Oh, Ken, I'm with you. Like I'm a jinx. You can tell I'm a Jet fan. So I'm a jinx. Let me tell real quick, my fantasy football team, I drafted Chris Carson in the 3rd, J.K. Dobbins in the 4th. J.K. Dobbins, 22 minutes after I drafted him, tore his ACL. Wow. And then Mostert. Those are my top 3 running backs in one league. So I'm a jinx.
Mostert too? Yeah, you a jinx.
If I'm for you, something bad is going to happen. So
maybe I might need to go Bears then. I I think I'm with you on this one, Nick. The Raiders just haven't been like death spiraling, and they've been going down, 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 down. They look good starting out, out the gate, and then after the Gruden thing, the Henry Ruggs thing, and what didn't have something else happen to him? Am I forgetting
the safety else? Or the cornerback with the
right
the death threat on his social media.
Right. So you got all these things going on, and it's just like it becomes distraction after distraction after distraction, and it's like they just can't overcome it.
Yeah.
The Cowboys looked like crap last week, but I think they bounced back this week.
They were missing a lot though. They were missing Gregory, and was it Crawford? Is the other?
They missing like 3 players, weren't they?
They were missing Tyron Smith. They were missing Cooper with COVID. Then Lamb got hurt.
Mm-hmm.
Like, those are 2 elite receivers. Like Gallup is a nice piece, but Gallup's not a number 1.
Oh, no.
Wilson's a nice piece, but Wilson's not a number 2. Mm-hmm. So they were very injured, and they still competed. So if Lamb plays, that offense is at another level, because I don't think the Raiders got anybody to cover him. Lamb could have a concussion and still go for 6 catches, 1/3, 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, I'm going Cowboys on that game too. I think Cowboys win this one. It might be a blowout.
This is a good time to eat dinner, during this game, because you could sit down to eat dinner, and the women always like turn the TV off. We're eating dinner, and you put it on mute and let them think it's off, and you keep getting up to go to the bathroom to take a peek. But you could sit down. This game could be like 7-3, and you come back, and it's like 35-6. I think this game, if Lamb plays, I just think that the Cowboys and Tyron Smith is playing too, the left tackle.
Mm-hmm.
This game's going to be huge. I think Pollard will have a huge day. I think Pollard is a really bad match for the Raiders defense.
Yeah, because you catch out the backfield.
Go with Elliott and they'd be giving him the ball more. I could see Pollard breaking like a long touchdown in this game and having a huge statistical day.
I think using Zeke at the beginning kind of wear you down. Then Pollard out of the backfield, mix in with that, and then towards the end, a lot of heavy Pollard. I think will be a good
thunder
point.
And lightning, right?
Right.
Like, Elliott's much better than Brandon Jacobs was, but Elliott is still a physical downhill type of runner.
Right.
And then you bring in like the Ahmad Bradshaw towards the end of the game,
right?
To do, and now you're gashing holes and getting 13-yard gains where it would only be 2 or 3 earlier in the game at that type of stuff.
So I can see that happening. Here's one of those games I can see going on both ends of the spectrum, either a total blowout or just a real close game. I don't see no in between. I see the total blowout or just a real close game.
Yeah, it's either a shit show or a blowout. I don't think I don't think we're going to see it with the Raiders. I should say, a really well played, good execution game. I don't think it's in the cards for them, man.
Yeah, well, see y'all next year, Raiders. And a 5:20 game, NBC game, would be the Bills and the Saints.
You want Pacific time?
I think they said.
Yeah, you are.
It's Pacific time.
That's a prime time game for us on the East Coast.
Time.
I ain't paying attention. Yahoo always does Pacific time.
Yeah, it's Yahoo. It's Yahoo. When you said it, I'm having to look up, and I say, "Oh, they do say Pacific time."
Yahoo is based out there, so all of their times are Pacific time. They're like, "Fuck the East Coast. We ain't ever catering to you guys. You figure out when it's on."
That was an 8:20 game rather than. This is another game, man, because the way the Bills been playing lately,
and the Saints coming off a shit loss last week too.
Right. I don't know, man. On paper, I want to say Buffalo. Buffalo seemed like the easy pick, the sexy pick, but Buffalo been stinking up Detroit the last 2 games, man. Yeah. I mean, they beat up on Jacksonville? They beat up on no Jacksonville 9-6.
2 out of 3. They lost.
What's the one who they beat?
They beat the Jets real bad.
Right.
In between.
Right.
They went Jags, Jets, Colts.
Right.
And
so you thought
anybody look good real quick. So that's the anomaly, right?
But here's the thing, this is not crapping on the Jets or the Jaguars. You would think having a close game with the Jags and then blowing beating up on the Jets, that you would think, okay, that must be the comeback game. They turning it around, and then they come back and stink it up in the next game. Because both teams,
a lot of teams feel good about themselves throughout the years, man.
And that's why I'm kind of scared of this game, because if you look at what Buffalo looks like on paper offense wise, Yeah, the Saints have a great defense, but you would think, with the weapons of being able to run the ball with Allen and run the ball, if they run the ball with Singletary, the receiver core they have, you would think they still be able to score some. And then you think the defense on Buffalo is good enough to stop Trevor Siemian. But I don't know, man. I mean, my mind is saying Buffalo, but I can see the Saints winning this game.
You could ask me this game 10 times today. I might have a different question or a different answer
right.
all 10 times. Like you said, who was your choice? Did you go?
I think I'm going to go Buffalo, but it's as a hesitant pick.
I think this game, even though the teams are better, this is a very disappointing slate of games just with the way teams are playing at this moment.
Right.
I'm on the fence right now. Like,
I was on the fence too, bro.
Here's what I'm going to go with. The Saints at home play better than they do on the road.
Okay.
Lattimore can contain Diggs. They can cover the passing game. They got guys up front who can contain the run. I have more faith, even though Josh Allen is light years better than Siemian. I trust the Saints defense more than I do Buffalo's after what you saw last week. And you're not getting the Jets where you're going to put up a 45 to 17 or whatever the hell it was.
Right.
You're playing a team that is constructed better right now. You're playing a team that is got a great leader in Demario Davis. This could be like the Bear-Lion game. This could be a low-scoring game with lots of punts and field position and field goals decided. This could be the 16-13 game, but I'll take the Saints in the Dome just because it'll be more fun and electric with the crowd if they're winning.
Hey, I can see it going either way, so.
You could ask me. You could text me 20 minutes from now. I'm like, fuck that. Diggs is going off. Give me the Bills. And at game time, I'm like, no. Go back to the Saints, man. I saw some cool outfits in the crowd. like it's a coin toss, man. This game really is a coin toss, and I don't think anybody can state confidently what they think will happen today. And that goes for fans of the team as well. I don't think either fan base is like, oh, we got this shit.
We got this for real. Right.
Yeah, you're drinking way too early if you're saying that as you take a sip. Perfect timing, bro.
Get started early. I want to do a quick side note.
Go ahead.
I saw this earlier, and I was just thinking, what do you think about LeBron in Indiana calling the fan out?
And this fucker right here, get this fucker out. Like you go, like you're upset at something they said, and then you go talk in people's face like that.
Right.
Like if they don't have, if I'm them, I'm on the phone with a lawyer. Like, yo, defamation, embarrassed us publicly. Right. I'm going right after LeBron for sure.
You don't know I'm a fucker or not.
Yeah. Let's be real. She looked like a little Karen, Like, what is she saying that upset you so bad?
Right.
Stop it. Like grow up, man. Because you want to stomp and grab your crotch and do the run. You want to showboat, but you can't take heat. You ain't a man, bro. I'm losing more respect for this guy. And when he came into the league, I praised LeBron. I rooted for him with Cleveland. I rooted for him with Miami. Rooted for him with Cleveland again.
Right.
I praised him for having all that, being in high school and on the cover of Sports Illustrated as the king and the next great one and delivering. God bless. Like that's, the weight of the world is on his shoulders and he delivered. He's an all-time great. But he's a mental midget, man. He's a mental midget, man. People are paying to go to a game. Unless they're threatening to kill you and your wife and your kids, shut the fuck up and play the game and block that out. Why are you letting somebody get in your head like that? I don't know, man. I respect the player, but the man is just fucking shot out in the head.
I agree. I guess I'll say this. And I think all this still stems back to what I said about the elbow. I think the frustration of the season is just really getting to LeBron. And I think that, how we both are divorced, so we know. And you know how when you going through that time where you in a house and you pretty much know it's over. So every little thing that person does annoys you. Why you yawning like that? You know what I'm saying? It's like every little thing annoys you. So I think it's like that time where it's like the season is very frustrating. He probably thought he had high hopes getting all these players over here, and now everything is annoying him.
And you're 100% right with that. It's all on him because he handpicked this.
Right.
He wanted these players. He got rid of Ball. He got rid of Ingram. He got rid of Randall. He got rid of Kuzma. He got rid of Caruso. He got rid of a great young core to roll in like the Cosby Show cast 30 years later.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know. I love it. I'm here for it. I'm all about it.
It's good. It's good TV.
It's great. Like watching LeBron lose is like watching Brady lose. Like watching them play poorly is gonna be like if I called you up, be like, yo, Brady's down 42-6 to a crappy team. You'd be like, yo, I gotta see this, right? Like it's must see TV now. Like we've seen LeBron at the mountaintop. We haven't really seen him. I'm not gonna say they're in the valley. They're a mediocre team. They got enough talent to get by and be a 500 team. But the way this roster is currently constructed, I can't see them rising above that 8-11 mark in the West, unless some injuries happen and teams collapse. I think there's 7-8 teams better than them.
Oh yeah, definitely.
They can't run. They can't guard people. You know, they had to go zone the other night against the Knicks because the Knicks were dogging them. The Knicks can never get to the rim or create their own shots. Like that's why they lost in the playoffs, because they don't have that guy who can beat you one-on-one in playoff type of ball.
Right.
They had to go zone to play the Knicks. Like that to me is like a low point of the season.
Yeah, man. This season, and we know we get more in the NBA on another show, but I think this is gonna be an interesting season to watch what the Warriors do. See if they can hold on. They on pace to tie the record.
They don't even have Clay yet.
All right, that's about bringing
They
up too.
don't even have their best all-around player.
Right.
Clay could shoot with Curry, but Clay D's up. Like Clay to me is Pippen. Without Pippen, Jordan don't win all those rings. Without Clay, Steph hasn't won those rings. Right.
And so you imagine they get Clay back. They on pace for 72-9.
They look phenomenal right now.
And on the flip side of that, Houston's on pace for 5-77.
5-77?
Yeah, they're on pace for 5-77. I mean, we don't know if they get it, but they're on that pace. They keep losing the way they do.
And they'll end up with like the 5th pick.
Right. Maybe let's get back to go ahead.
If we're doing bad, I got to throw it in. Nets have won 4 in a row again. They won like 8 in a row. Lost one to the Warriors on a really, really bad night shooting.
Right.
And then they've won 4 in a row again. And I think they're off until Tuesday with the Knicks, so they could get rested. KD get a shoulder. LaMarcus Aldridge is playing. He's not putting up huge numbers because they don't need him to get the ball all the time. But if you fed him the ball all the time, this guy's probably putting up 25 and 13 a night if he played those type of minutes. But he's a good second-team guy, change of pace. When KD is down or Harden's down, he becomes their number 2 weapon right now. The Nets, man, January 1st, if this new governor or mayor of New York City changes the mandate, you could see Kyrie coming back by like Martin Luther King Day, mid-January.
Right.
And that's a huge mid-season acquisition. Like they can just turn the Jets on and go.
Wow, that's going to be, as I said, this season, I think it's going to be a good season this year. And watch the Pistons win another fight. But anyway.
These top elite teams, like Suns, Warriors, Jazz in the West, Nets, Bucks, Bulls, Sixers, Heat, Hornets are coming up. Like it's exciting.
Yeah, Memphis. He said, they're going to change it soon. You said
in regards to
I think he's talking about the mandate. You know, he's in New York.
Yeah, the mayor elect on election night was like January 1st. We're gonna have to revisit this. Like he specifically mentioned the Nets and Kyrie. Like this dude's like, yo, I put fucking $10,000 on this team.
Right, you know what I'm saying?
I gotta get Kyrie back out there.
Get my money. Well, getting back to the NBA. I mean NBA, NFL. We have the Bucks and the Colts. This is another game that I'm kind of scared of.
I'm not. Give me the Colts.
You got the Colts?
Give me the Colts. I like what they're doing. Tampa's defense has not looked good.
It has not.
I'm on record. I say it week after week.
Mm-hmm.
When you're going against healthy offensive lines and you're not getting the Packers dinged up in the playoffs, missing their best 2 offensive linemen, and the Chiefs missing all 5, it's a lot harder to get to the quarterback. You feasted on backups in the NFC Championship and the Super Bowl.
Right.
A lot harder now, huh? You got the same players. You got Barrett. You got JPP. You got your same 4. Just not getting there.
And I think, too, the Bucks, another one of their problems is they're not deep in the secondary. So as soon as one of their starters go out, they hit.
But it goes hand in hand. If you can't get to the quarterback, your secondary gets exposed.
Right.
You know, not everyone has a Dion or a Darrell Revis. That's just, I'm going to shut down this side of the field for 4 or 5 seconds. And nowadays with the rules, if you can't get to the quarterback in 2 seconds, the ball's out.
Yeah, it's true.
So you're going to get exposed more if you can't create that chaos up front. And right now, Tampa's not doing it. So I not that I'm confident in Wentz over Brady. I'm confident in Indy's game plan and execution more than I am with the Bucks. I could be wrong. Brady could fucking this is a game where you doubt Brady and he's got 4 touchdowns at halftime and the game's over.
Right.
You've eliminated Jonathan Taylor because you made them one-dimensional.
And that's what I was looking at.
Where's the game, in the Dome or in Tampa?
It's at Tampa. No, I'm sorry. It's in the Dome.
Give me Taylor. I think they're riding this Taylor. That offensive line is healthy. Quentin Nelson is just, if not the best, top 2-3 lineman in NFL. Give me the Colts, man. They're riding this J train right now, and I'm all about it. I'm here for it. Give me the Colts.
At least they ain't riding the D train, but okay.
J train, Jonathan Taylor.
I said at least they're not riding the D train.
Oh, I got it. You blitzed a little bit there. I'm sorry.
That's all right. So here's my thing. I like Jonathan Taylor. Man, he's been getting off, and I see if the Colts can get Taylor and work it early, it's a long day for Tampa defense. Then
you keep Brady off the field too.
And you keep Brady off the field, right? But the Bucs offense also has an offense that can score quickly. You know.
Oh yeah.
And so you look at if Brady gets in there and get a couple quick scores, you already have, you already kind of got the Colts down. You get 2 or 3 quick scores. Now Taylor's eliminated because you're trying to get back in it quickly. So that's my only, kind of like, okay, who should I go with? Should I go the Bucs offense, Colts defense plus Jonathan Taylor? And then didn't the Bucs lose last week too?
No, they beat the Giants on Monday.
They beat the Giants. Oh, all right. Yeah, that's right. They played.
I could get 11 of our viewers to get together and probably beat the Giants right now. So that's
that interception Daniel Jones to the defense. Oh my God.
Stafford Carson Wentz-esque, huh?
I was like, why would you throw that pass? He's basically laying down on his back, almost on his backpedaling, throwing. Why would you throw that pass?
Best pass he ever threw for the Giants fans, and probably got fired.
Just take the sack, bro. Take the sack. You don't throw that pass. But anyway, I might go. Shoot, I'm gonna go Bucks.
Yeah,
I'm gonna go Bucks.
It's another game, like I said about the Bills and Saints. I don't think there's a high confidence pick. Like some people have pools where each week you pick the game. But you rank it with confidence. So if there's 16 games, you pick the game you're most confident in, it's 16 points.
Right.
The game you're least confident in is 1. And if you get them right, you get points based off of how you choose. This would be like a 1, 2, or 3 picking.
Right.
This. Like I'm not highly confident in it, like I said, because Brady can go nuts. But I don't know. Something's missing with the Bucs. We all know they could turn it around. They did it last year. But you lost to Washington. You played with the Giants for a half before the Giants imploded. I think more the Giants just aren't good enough and beat themselves than Tampa really put it on them. It was the right game at the right time, but I think this could be the wrong game at the wrong time because the Colts are on fire.
Yeah, they rolling. All right, here's another one that both teams have the same record.
Bro, there's 10 of these games this week. I looked at this. There's 10 of these games that you're going to take that.
So you got the Jets and the Texans.
Yeah.
I don't know, man. Like the Texans surprised us last week.
They did. And Tyrod Taylor is 2-0 in games he starts and finishes.
Right.
Give me the Jets. Zach Wilson's back. Elijah Moore's coming on the scene right now. I know Michael Carter's out, and Michael Carter has been, their all-around guy with running it and catching it. The offensive line is looking better. We got the guy, I'm not going to try to say his name from the Chiefs, LDT, the doctor.
Oh, yeah. I know talking about. Yeah.
He started last week. Very good in the run blocking. His pass blocking, he said he had to work on some technique things because he hasn't played in 2 years with the injury, and then he opted out of COVID to help people. So respect for that. Give me the Jets. I think the Jets, because the Jets do what the Jets always do. You got the number 2 pick in the draft right now. You're going to win some games you shouldn't. You're going to fuck that up. So this is a fuck shit up game for the Jets. Give me the Jets. Give me Zach Wilson, who I hope to God progresses. Yes. I don't want 400 yards. I don't want 5 touchdowns. I want to see the ball getting out on time. I want to see you recognizing the defense. I want to see they're blitzing. Dump it off to where the blitz came from, the opening on the field. Right. You got Crowder and Moore, 2 quick guys who can get open within a second. So let me see the ball getting out fast. Let me see progress.
Right.
I don't expect a 40-point scoreboard. You can win this game 20-13, and I could see progress in Zach, and that's the most important thing because we got to get it going uphill. We got to get better. We got to raise the level of expectations for this kid. And sitting out for 4 games, I hope to God he was a sponge and he saw and he observed and he learned, and now he goes out and executes.
And that's the thing, with rookies, and it's all about, and I think fans, especially fans who never played the game, when you see rookies, they all, especially they really highly touted rookies, they want to see Brady, Peyton at their height of their career when they start, and you're not going to see that.
Unrealistic expectations.
Yeah, they always, well, he sucks, but like I said, I go back to my Mac Jones thing when I was saying, when people was dogging Mac Jones, I was like, but I saw the stuff. I look for the intangibles. I look for the things that, all right, how's he in the pocket? Is he got happy feet? How's he reading through the progression? The things like that. Then, like you said about the blitz, the thing about blitz when you're a rookie coming from college, the game is faster. So when they blitzing in, they're coming at you quick, and you have to have enough patience and really heart to know the throw where they're coming from. I mean, they coming from that way. Yeah. Someone's open on that side because they have less players over there. But logically, you would think throw away because they coming at you. So a lot of times that's why I like throw a lot of high interceptions because they thinking it's coming fast, throw away from it, but you got to throw into it and you have to be able to weed it quick. So, and you see your quarterback progressing. Even if he throws an interception going that way, he's at least smart enough to throw it that way, and you can work with that.
Absolutely.
And I think those are the things you got to look for in a rookie.
Absolutely. And that comes with any job, not just quarterback. Right. You can be a machinist. The first time the machine jams,
I've been there.
You don't know how to do it, right? You need someone to show you. And then you learn and you get more accustomed to it and you learn the process and you learn the machine or whatever job you do. You learn how to overcome and adapt because of experience.
Right.
Same thing. Same thing with all these young guys. Listen, is Mac Jones the most talented quarterback in this league? No. He got blessed to be the last one picked of the 5, so he goes to a better team.
Right.
Lamar Jackson, end of the first round, the Ravens, goes to a better team.
Right.
Trevor Lawrence, Zach Wilson. You know why those teams picked 1 and 2? Because they suck.
Right.
They also both have new coaching staffs. They don't have a Belichick and a Josh McDaniels who've been around together for years and know what they're doing, and they can probably call a game in their sleep. You're with teams that are growing. You're with coaching staffs that are new and are learning. It's very hard to come in and light the league up nowadays.
Right. Having said all that, I'm going Texans.
Okay.
I think Tyrod may pull out something. I mean, and it's a tight
His legs
pick.
are going to hurt us more than his arm will.
Right.
Like, lose this game, Tyrod broke the pocket on a couple third downs and extended the game.
Right.
That's my fear.
Because initially I was going to go Jets. And I thought I'm back and forth with this one. So,
yeah. I'm telling you, we're going to say it in almost every game. I looked at the calendar this week and I was like, oh my God. This is a week where Melvin Wall can pull away.
Right.
Or it can get closer. You know? Or someone can close in on him.
So the next
note to the listeners, everyone doing the picks, Lamar's away, left his book or whatever he keeps the picks in at home. So we'll have an update, a 2-week update, so we can see some major changes.
Right.
Come next week when he gets back. But we have records of everyone's picks, and we'll announce them next week when he's back in studio.
So this one I don't have any trepidations. I don't know who I'm going. I already know who I'm going with, but it's Philly and the Giants. I think it's at New York. I'm going Philly. I'm going Philly.
I don't have confidence in the Giants to be the Pop Warner team right now. You fire Garrett. All right, big deal.
Right.
That's issues with the Giants or the front office.
Yeah.
They took Andrew Thomas 4th overall. Wills and Wirfs have been light years better than him. I can't say Becton because he hasn't played, but he looked better when he played.
Right.
So you took the worst of the 4 tackles. You took Billy Price, the center from Ohio State. Underwhelming for Ohio State linemen, like underwhelming. You normally take a center from there. We had Nick Mangold for a decade. Guy was one of the best centers in the league, up there with Powell. It was a debate every year. They put
Galladay, hurt most of the season.
You signed Galladay. Hasn't scored a touchdown yet.
Right.
You get Tony. I think you're underusing Tony. I think he's electric with the ball in his hand. Footwork-wise, he reminds me of Odell. Get him the ball more. Do screens, do quick slants, do something to get Tony the ball in his hands. Run a jet sweep. You saw he could throw the ball. The kid is a quicker version of like an Antoine Randall L. Somebody who was a quarterback in high school, could throw the ball, run. Incorporate him more in the game plan. Barkley's running into people's asses and falling down like he's Mark Sanchez on Thanksgiving Day. You gotta innovate the offense. And new coordinator, you might see some new innovative shit, but I just think Philly's got it going right now, and I don't think Philly is gonna.
Daniel Jones,
I think if it's going off, it could get ugly.
Right. I think with the Giants, everything you said, plus they need to get rid of Daniel Jones. Galladay, outside the injuries, I still think is a decent receiver. I don't think he's good enough to be
not for the price tag. They greatly overpaid for him.
They overpaid for him.
Yeah.
And I don't know if he can be a good number 1. He's good number 2, but number 1, I don't think he's there.
I think they're hoping Tony evolves into the 1 and Galladay can transition.
I think Galladay should stay where he was at and develop more, or went to another team. I think if he would develop more, he could turn into a number 1, barring staying healthy. I think that's his biggest thing because he was always injured with the Lions. He'll come back.
Stafford stays, Galladay stays, but once Stafford was gone, he's like, "Fuck this, I'm out."
Right, but shoot, Jones can't give him the ball, so they did get rid of Jones. That's one of the things they need to do. Next year, Jones should be gone.
New GM. The thing, I was talking to one of my friends yesterday, who's a big Giants fan, my friend Al, and he's a little bit older than me. Our sons play football. He's very wise, and I said to him, I was like, usually the head coach gets to fire a coordinator and it extends you because you're like, right, this guy didn't work out. Maybe it wasn't the right pick. I'm going to try this guy now. And it buys the head coach some time to fire a coordinator, right? Like it's the save your ass move more than it is. He needs this. Very curious to see how the Giants GM, coach, quarterback situation plays out. Because you don't want to do what the Jets did for years. Now you got the coach here. You bring the GM here. They're not lined up together. It's not your guy coaching. So it's how the Maras, who have been very loyal to their employees throughout the years, very curious to see if they cut ties. And I think if shit falls, you lose to Philly 37-10.
Yeah,
that fan base is going to be fucking calling for heads.
Right.
So
and I can see that happening too. I can see that happening. I'm going Eagles.
Yeah.
I don't know if I said it or not, but I'm going Philly. All right, the next game, there's another one. The Panthers at Miami.
I like the way Miami's playing right now.
Yeah.
I think they've won 3 in a row, right?
Mm-hmm.
Give me Miami. I just think that they can press man, send zero blitz. You got to get the ball out quick. I know McCaffrey can burn them because when you do zero blitz, you're playing one-on-one. You're relying on your guys on the back end to make a tackle right away. And McCaffrey, I could see everybody putting 4 wide receivers. Everybody runs outs. McCaffrey does the little running back zig and catches it for 75 yards and goes.
Right.
I'm not saying Miami is going to make a playoff push, but I just think the way they're playing right now and down in Miami, you know, this is the time of year where it's getting chilly everywhere, and then you got to go play in that Miami heat. Give me Miami and in another coin toss game. Like,
right. My thing is this: if Cam doesn't beat Cam, what I mean is don't run all the time. Run when the opportunity is there, but don't run. I think sometimes Cam runs too much. It's like, especially if he has success with it in the beginning. He has success with the beginning of the game.
Yeah, he thinks he's going to run for 250. Like, he's going to Barry Sanders.
Right, he's going to be like, oh, I'm running this one. Just like I said, at the end of the last game, 4th and 3, he tried to run, and they took him down. And I was like, that's the time you should not have ran. Unless the hole was a gaping hole. Yeah, of course, you take that. But, you know, that game, 4th and 3, you trying to make a comeback, he should not have ran that. But I still think the Panthers may pull this one off. So I'm gonna go North Carolina. The next game, this one right here. Tennessee at Foxborough. Now here's the game. Well, go ahead. Like you're about to say something. I'm gonna let you go ahead. Go ahead.
No. Like I just did like the.
Here's the thing. Here's the thing.
It's one of those games where you don't know what version of the team is going to show up.
Right.
Are we going to see the Titans that manhandled the Rams physically and out physical the Patriots? Or are we going to see the ones that just lost to the Texans? Like, you don't know. Like, if both teams are showing up at their best, give me the Titans.
Give me the Titans, right.
But I think Julio is still out, which means it's now easier for Belichick. He's going to eliminate A.J. Brown. I'm saying this in part hope that I'm a jinx, but give me the Patriots.
All right. So my thing is, this is the game right here. I think, and I think you had mentioned this too. We're gonna see if the Patriots for real. They need to beat the teams they should beat, and then beat the teams that don't look like they shouldn't beat. Now, of course, it depends on what Titan teams show up. So it's still kind of like, if they beat the Titans, that means the Titans, they beat a good team, or the Titans was the Titans they played last week. You know? So, I mean, but I still think this would be a good test for them to see where they are. Are they really, you know, a great team or just beating mediocre team?
And was last week just a stereotypical trap game that you just didn't take for real?
Right.
Or did you get exposed? Like, Belichick will pinpoint what you do well, and he will take it away. So without the dual threat of Jones and Brown, I don't get me wrong, I'm rooting for the Titans. I just think I'm giving the check mark to Belichick because, you know, Vrabel is a Belichick protege, and Belichick usually wipes the fucking floor with people who've come from him.
Right. I'm going Patriots also. But I can see Tennessee win this game. I'm going Patriots.
Oh, I hope Jeffrey Simmons annihilates Mac Jones.
Oh, yeah.
I pray for it.
All right, we got Pittsburgh and the Bengals. I'm going Cincinnati. I mean, I'm not even hesitating.
I do too, and I think it could be a whooping, like, bad. I don't like Pittsburgh at all. I looked at their schedule. I think 2 weeks ago we did their schedule, Lamar on a late night show. We broke down contenders or pretenders.
Right.
And and we did the Steelers schedule. I was like, they're going to do what they did last year. They're going to lose like 5 of 8 or 6 of 8 to end the season. And I think they lost 5 of 6 last year to end the season. Yeah, I don't have any confidence in this team. It's gonna be the Bengals. I think Burrow has a huge
game.
Mixon is putting up some games where he's shown when he's healthy, he's an elite back, and this is why.
Right.
Give me Bengals.
My thing is this, and I said this before. It's Pittsburgh's fault they're in the position they're in now. I'm a firm believer. I don't care. Well, kind of business is business no matter what it is. When you see that you have an aging player, Ben was aging 3-4 years ago.
There was talks of him retiring. Yeah.
Right.
4 years ago, I don't know if I'm going to come back. I don't know if I can handle it.
Right. And you never thought to get a replacement for Ben.
No.
This is Pittsburgh's fault. Now Ben looks like, he needs to be taken out back like old Yeller. You know what I'm saying? Ben looks horrible.
You gotta give him credit. He did play well the other night against the Chargers in that comeback.
Mm-hmm. I mean, but
Ben's always been good.
But Ben,
hurry up offense, spread them out, and then pick your plays.
But here's my thing, Nick. I understand what you're saying, but here's my thing. Think about Peyton Manning, all the great quarterbacks. We go down the line. Even when they was aging, they still are Peyton Manning. They still are Ben. So they're gonna have those flashes. The skill is still there. It's just that they're aging and they're not as quick. They're not as, some of those things are just that they had are not there. The speed is not there. The quickness not there. The quick thinking, all that stuff is gonna deplete.
Yeah.
So yeah, you still gonna have games where they're gonna say, oh, he did good that game, but as a whole, in its totality, Ben looks horrible.
Yeah.
And that's Pittsburgh's fault. You can't just keep relying on your defense and not worry about building your offense. And they're going to be like this for a while because I don't see Haskins the answer. Mason Rudolph not the answer.
Oh.
Unless by some miracle they get a veteran like Aaron Rodgers decided to go there, somebody like that.
Russ.
Right. Or Russ or somebody like that.
And it's not a great quarterback draft. And especially picking in the mid of that first round.
Right.
Steelers have never been anybody that go and trades up. They always kind of stay home, take what the board gives them.
Yeah.
You don't have a plug and play quarterback. You don't have a Mac Jones with fifth quarterback at 15th pick or whatever the pick. So it could get ugly there for a minute unless they go do an uncharacteristic splash move. They traded multiple picks to get Minkah Fitzpatrick. They've put so many draft picks in on the defense. They take a running back. They haven't taken an offensive lineman early since DeCastro a few years ago.
Mm-hmm.
He's out. Pouncey retires. The other Villanueva's gone.
Right.
The offensive line in Pittsburgh was always your bread and butter.
Mm-hmm.
Because you had Bettis. Then you went into Bell. You've had other guys in there in between. But you've always known Pittsburgh wanted to run the ball, play good defense.
Right.
Now you turned into a passing attack, but you're doing it with a veteran, aging, declining quarterback who can't consistently give you that. Now, the game was a blowout last week until they went spread, shotgun, San Diego to prevent, and they were able to move the ball well.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe you try to implement that early in the game, tire the defense out, give your offensive line an advantage where then Najee Harris can start to pound and open some things up.
Right.
So maybe if I'm the offensive coordinator of Pittsburgh, I'm going to be like, yo, we're going out. We're coming out. Hurry up. We're coming out spread. We're going to get the ball out quick. We're going to try to make Cincinnati play on their heels and try to catch something here. But I just don't think it's enough with Cincinnati. I really
don't think. Yeah.
They are on the verge. The Chargers are on the verge of becoming like dominant teams. Like Burrow and Herbert could be Manning and Brady for the next 15 years in the AFC.
And I think that's great for the league, man.
Yeah.
We can let's go ahead and speed up a little bit. This game here, Falcons and Jaguars. I'm going to Atlanta, but I can see the Jaguars winning this game.
Give me the Jaguars.
Okay.
I don't know why. I can see it. I can see it happening.
Atlanta finds a way to shoot themselves in the foot.
Yeah, and the Jaguars compete a little bit more than Atlanta has this year. So, in the essence of saving time, I'll just say, give me the Jaguars, and then we can laugh at me on Monday.
We got the Chargers and the Broncos.
I like the Chargers right now. Mike Williams is back playing well. He got that little ding up when Mike Williams went a little injured. The Chargers offense kind of slowed down too.
Mm-hmm.
They're spreading the ball around nicely. Eckler's starting to know his role in this offense.
Right.
And I really like the young coach. I really, really do. He won me over after his comments about the Gruden situation and our jobs as coaches and leaders.
Mm-hmm.
Players love that shit.
Right.
And that was even though it was off the field, that could be like a franchise changing moment where the team now buys into the guy because they see what the man is about that they're playing for. So I really think that got overlooked a lot because of all the negative with Gruden.
Right.
But his statement and what he came out and said in that press conference was fucking fantastic.
Oh yeah,
really. For those who haven't seen it, it's worth a watch. His name is escaping me right now, but if you search that, it's pretty impressive to watch. So give me the Chargers. I like them.
I'm going Chargers also. This one here should be the game of the week. Rams and Packers.
Don't say that. Don't say that. Every time we get the Chiefs and the Cowboys are the game of the week. Packers and Rams, huh?
Right. Which Rams we gonna get? That's the thing right there. We're gonna get the Rams from the beginning. Then I can easily pick the Rams. But
same with the Packers. Like their defense has been elite all year, and they didn't look very good against the Vikings. So did the Vikings see something on film? Was it just the anomaly where the execution was just dead on that day? Because as much as we all want to think we know everything, the other team gets paid to execute too. So there's going to be days where they perform better than normal because the pass is 6 inches closer and it's not off his fingertips. It's in his hand.
Right.
You know, there's a lot of what ifs and deciding factors.
Right.
I am a huge Aaron Rodgers fan of the player.
Okay.
And showing his foot yesterday and feel that he loves fucking with the media because they know how much they eat this shit up and they take any little thing he gives them and they blow it into a national story. But the player, I think he's on a mission, man. I think he's on a mission. They lost that game without him to the Chiefs. They lost to the Vikings. He played very well. The defense was off. The Rams missing Robert Woods, to me, shows me more about his value to that team. Because whenever you got Kupp, you got Woods to go with him.
Right.
You got Jefferson because you got Thielen. You had Randy Moss. You had Chris Carter.
Right.
You know, you had Jerry Wright. You had John Taylor. You always had the complimentary guy.
Right.
Too soon for Beckham to be that guy. Whatever anybody wants him to be. System familiarity, not talent, is the reason you can't expect much from him until probably mid-December. You know, a month, the time of training camp to get to know everything.
Right.
Give me the Packers. I know they're missing. Is Aaron Jones playing or is he out again? I think he was a 2 to 3 week injury.
Yeah, I think he might still be out.
That hurts them because he's a good weapon, especially if the Rams pass rush is going off to use out in the flat and get him in the open. Yeah, give me Packers. I trust Rodgers more than Stafford right now. If Stafford had Woods, I'm taking the Rams. But without Woods, I don't think you're going to be able to score with them if the Packers are on.
I'm going Rams. Minnesota and the 49ers. Both have the same record.
Both two teams who are down and are coming up. I'm
going 49ers.
Me too. Because when they were 3-5, I said they can get to 9-5 because I like their schedule. This is, I think, the biggest hurdle on this streak. I think they have Seattle and then another team that's down. But I think they can get to 9-5 before they play I think the Rams in Arizona to end the season. Yeah, Give me the 49ers. I like what they're doing. When the 49ers are healthy, they are not a below 500 team.
Right.
They're running the ball well. Mitchell will be back. Mitchell missed last week. 13-minute, 22-play drive against Jacksonville. But in true Kyle Shanahan form, it ended in a field goal.
Field goal.
So I just think that they have it figured out. And when they have all their pieces, they're a good team to watch. They're fun to watch because they're old school football, which I like. And Devo's a fucking monster.
Devo is the man. I love Devo Samuel. Last but not least, but on Sunday's game will be Cleveland and Baltimore. It's Lamar's playing this game, right?
He should. It was an illness.
Yeah.
It sounded like he had that flu thing. That's something I had in October that knocked me on my ass. People are like, oh, he should have played. If your fucking head is spinning when you stand up, you're not reading the defense and throwing accurately. People try to kill Lamar for this, and he's not tough. He's not playing again. Man, I couldn't get more than 10 feet from the bathroom in mid-October. Like, you can't go play a game when you can't sit up without your head spinning and your whole head is collapsing. You can't fucking try to kill a guy for that. That's bullshit for those who are trying to question his toughness. Man, you get the man flu and you're home in the bed for 4 days. This guy can't play a football game like that. I got no do with him not playing last week. But coming back, give me Lamar. Because now, since he got questioned, I expect Lamar to go wild.
I'm taking the Ravens. But the Monday night game, we have Taylor Heineke.
Give me that.
Against Russell Wilson.
You know who they're playing.
I know who you said. Give me them. I didn't know.
Seattle, I predicted all offseason would be 6-11, and people fucking laughed at me. They called me a lunatic. They're like, you're out of your mind. They're 3-7 right now. They play 500 ball. They're basically 6-11. It's tough to travel across the country.
You go from one coast and complete to the other coast. Basically.
Yeah, I like Heineke. He's got that it factor. He doesn't make tragic plays. He doesn't do the Daniel Jones throwing it to Steve McClendon. He doesn't do the Wentz or the Stafford. He plays within himself. He knows his skill set. He executes the offense. You got McLaurin, you got Logan Thomas, you got some nice weapons in Washington who are a young, good nucleus. Yeah, I mean, I'm rooting for Washington heavily in this game, obviously, because right now Seattle has the number 6 overall pick, which would go to the Jets, and the Jets have 2 top 6 picks as of today.
Oh, wow.
I need 2 top 5, man. Let's go Washington.
Let's go Washington. I'm going Washington too, man. I just Seattle doesn't look good. Washington been on a roll, and I'm not sold on Taylor Heineke, but I like the way he's been playing.
Efficient.
Yeah.
It's efficient. It's Mac Jones-esque, right?
Right.
I'm not going to do too much. I'm not going to hurt us. It's a typical game manager.
Right. And I think Mac Jones get a little more coverage because he played for the Patriots. I think if you switch roles and he was in Washington playing the same way and Heineke was in New England playing the same way, you'd be hearing more about Heineke than you will be about Mac Jones. So
I like Heineke's game right now more than I like Mac Jones. I think if you put Heineke in New England with that staff, I think you have a better player. Like I'm very, very big on Tyler Heineke. I like that he came from nowhere. I like that he stepped up in a playoff game. And I keep saying this. Last year's playoff run, the closest game Tampa Bay had was against Washington.
That's true.
And that was Heineke's first game. And everyone was like, kind of like, what the hell is this? And then he's the backup. Fitzpatrick gets hurt. Now Fitzpatrick's out for the year.
Right.
And you're seeing that like this kid could have a spot long term. Like if I'm Washington, go get him another weapon. Go get him a Chris Olave from Ohio State to put next to McLaurin. Go get him a Burks from Arkansas. Go give this kid everything in the world where his game can evolve. I really, really like Washington. That being said, how much I'm hyping them right now, watch Seattle just blow them out now because the Nick hype train got so big and it'll blow up in my face.
gonna take Washington on this. I was gonna take Seattle since you took Washington, but I don't know, man. Seattle just has not been looking good, man. They only got 3 wins, and a couple of games Russell didn't play, but still, I think if he still play, I don't think
they were still 2-5 in games that he started.
Right.
So they're not. It's not Gino's fault. Gino won a game. Right. Gino got a better winning percentage this year than Russ. So it's I think the wheels are about to. Seattle and New York, the Giants, are 2 teams that I think the complete implosion. GM, coach, quarterbacks get changed. You're Seattle. You don't have your number 1 pick. Trade them to somebody like the Giants. They got 2 top 6 picks right now. They got number 5 and number 5 and 7 right now. They're at because they have the Bears pick. But those are 2 teams that should both lose this week. So, like, the Jets and Giants are racing to see who can have the better of the 2 picks.
Yeah, Seattle's in trouble, man. I mean, that whole
complete rebuild.
If you go a complete rebuild and you get rid of your coach, who you gonna get though?
You trade Russ. You get probably 3 number 1s.
Yeah,
you need to get the picks back that you gave up for Jamal. Because now you don't have a core of your team. Your line sucks. You can't get a pass rush. You can't cover anybody on the back end. Mm-hmm. You need to just infuse this team with youth. And I don't think Russ at his age is going to want to sit through a 3-4 year rebuild, considering the beating he's taken the last decade.
Yeah, I mean,
interesting. Those are the 2 magnifying glass teams that you want to watch in the offseason.
Yeah, I think Seattle has more things to trade for and with the Russ. They can get more back. The Giants, I won't let the Giants get. Maybe Saquon Barkley, but then you take it on the fact that he may be on that injury-prone thing. So, and if you're the Giants, would you give up Saquon Barkley? Would you give him up?
Barkley.
I'm just saying. That's the only thing I would want if I, from the Giants.
Yeah.
And if you do give him up,
Giants got a lot of young pieces. It's just the young pieces that they took haven't matched their draft status.
Right.
They're nice players, but they're not worthy. Thomas was not worthy of the number 4 pick. Barkley, my feelings on a running back in round 1. Forget number 2 overall. It's taking the running back at 2. It's like buying a car. The minute you drive it off the lot, it just starts depreciating.
Start going down.
It's never going to incline. It's never going to improve as an asset. It's strictly downhill from the moment you play him.
Yeah.
So, I let me ask you this.
Mm-hmm.
You take Daniel Jones off.
Okay.
You put Russell Wilson in that position.
Okay.
Where he's got Tony, he's got Galladay.
Mm-hmm.
You got Ingram at tight end.
Right.
You got Shepard at receiver 2 and Slayton. You got a decent 4 receivers.
It's the Seattle again. It's the Seattle in the Northeast.
Do you think the needle move? How much do you think the win needle goes up? Say the Giants are a 5-win team.
I mean, I think it goes up a lot because you have now you really improve that offense. Shepard's a good receiver. I think if Galladay's healthy with the right quarterback, he'll score touchdowns because he's big, strong, tall. You just put in that area, he'll catch it. If Barkley stays healthy, that's another weapon out of the backfield. Ingram is a nice piece over there too, and with a good quarterback, that's going to improve him. So I think you double your wins. But I just think I think here's the only thing I see wrong. Well, I guess wrong may not be a strong word, but Seattle had Pete Carroll, good coach. Giants doesn't have a Pete Carroll over there. At they peak, Seattle had a good defense. The Giants' defense is not as good as Seattle's defense at its peak. So I see some similarities where you're looking at Seattle, the Northeast, if Russell goes over there, but I don't see them making to the Super Bowl with the pieces they have, even with Russell. They'll look better. They'll compete in that division, and they could even, in some ways, win that division, but I don't see Super Bowl.
No, not at this point.
Yeah, even with Russell.
If you're the Giants, not that Daniel Jones does a lot. I mean, I know he made the horrific play the other day, but he doesn't have the it factor. He doesn't have the Heineke, just ability to win a game without the splash play. Like Jones is like Flash. There's no substance to him. He's not getting wins. He's not moving the win needle. Like it's not that he's costing you games. He's just not finding ways to win games.
That's it.
And that is almost as important as arm strength. Like your ability to find a way to win a game is huge in this league. And I think Jones just doesn't take advantage of the opportunities when given to him. Nice player. Bounce around.
Backup.
He's worthy of a backup. Can spot start. You know who he is?
What's that?
Marcus Mariota.
Yes.
He's Marcus Mariota. He's very athletic. Couldn't win. Same thing, right? Mariota, like great talent.
Right.
Couldn't find a way to win games in the league. Goes to the Raiders. He's got a nice little package for him where he comes in and he does a little speed things. And now you're not afraid of the backup getting hit. So if Jones is a backup, his value might actually be better to a team because now you can use his athleticism.
Right.
You're not afraid of him taking that big hit.
Right.
You know, you can have him with shotgun with Barkley or Booker and do some things and then throw in a pass when everyone thinks it's a run when he comes in. So I think you'll see after this season he transitions into like a Marcus Mariota career backup spot starter type.
Right. Which I mean, shoot, still making a good living, making more.
There's only 32 starters in the NFL, and probably a dozen of them every year get changed.
I think you hit the nail on the head with that one. Well, it's been a good show, man. This is our special edition, Thanksgiving edition. The picks are all in. Lamar will text you the picks sometime later on today. I went ahead and wrote them down, so I texted to him.
I'm gonna text mine Sunday night.
Yeah.
There's a carrier delay with Verizon. Right. I'm gonna send it now, but you're not gonna get it till Sunday night. It's about 11:46.
Don't forget to catch us here. We'll be back on Monday. I think we had Lamar back, so we'll be fully squatted up. Everybody be here. And like I said on the last show, we getting ready for next year to go to Jersey, do a live show there with Nick. Might even go into New York. Cause I got peoples over there I might try to connect with and maybe do a show somewhere in New York. We have to see where we could do it. Since we're there, we might as well go ahead and try to do 2 shows. We'll
I got some connections around here if you want to keep it in Jersey. New York, I don't have any connections.
I got some family over there and a couple of friends over there. I just have to see. We'll talk about it. But
definitely.
Yeah, we'll talk about it. But for sure, we're gonna be in Jersey. So we'll be in Jersey for sure.
Right. Before we sign off, happy Thanksgiving to everybody.
Right.
Be safe, enjoy, be smart. If you drink, take an Uber. Take a ride. It's worth it going home the next day and spending that ride to get back money to get back there to pick up your car tomorrow. Be smart. We don't need any tragedies. There's enough of them in this world. God bless everyone. Eat a lot and enjoy.
See y'all again on Monday.
Take care, everybody. Peace.
All right, big homie.
Later, brother.